This is a beginner's guide to budget-friendly luxury pieces. If you are not a beginner, that's okay. There's probably still something in this video that you could find helpful. Money is tight for a lot of us these days, which decreases our ability to purchase a lot of luxury. However, it doesn't decrease our desire for luxury. In fact, it may increase it because with a lot of things being a bit depressed at the moment, it's nice to have luxury pieces that make life a little more fun and enjoyable. There are ways you can still do this even on a tighter budget. So I hope that this video will be helpful for those of you who are just starting to dip your toes into luxury, but you're not certain where to begin or if it's the right decision to put your money there. For example, do you start with a small good that's less expensive, or do you go with something more expensive but it's what you really want? It could also be helpful if you are thinking of gifting luxury to someone, because I'll be sharing some luxury pieces that don't cost a whole lot. So by the end of the video, I hope to have answered some of the lingering questions you might have, and I hope you'll have a more clear idea of where you want to start in luxury or where you want to go next. Also at the very end, I'll give you a tip on how to get a taste of the brand for the smallest amount of money possible, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to knock through a couple of parameters before we get started, because there are a lot of videos that talk about the first things you should buy when you're getting into luxury. And a lot of those videos I've found focus on the same couple of items from the same fashion houses. And they tend to be a one-size-fits-all sort of checklist. That's not what I'm doing today, although the first two pieces are in a lot of those videos. I'll be giving you some other suggestions and taking into consideration other things. For example, that luxury is subjective. Often when we talk about luxury on these channels, we're talking about companies like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, but I like to acknowledge on this channel that luxury is subjective and that those brands are not the only brands that are considered luxury to different people. For some people, Coach is luxury, or Kate Spade, or even Portland leather goods. Often this has to do with price point and a person's budget. I know for a lot of people who make and watch these videos on luxury channels, many can have a tendency to forget that something like Portland leather goods is a luxury to some people. To a lot of people, actually. Given that, the suggestions that I'll give you today will keep money in mind, particularly the value you get for your money, which often translates to practicality and versatility. So welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of those. I also do a community post each day where I post things like sales and rare bags that I find. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that too. If you're subscribed, it pops up on your YouTube homepage. And also check out my website, autumnbeckman.com. It'll be linked below. That's where you'll be able to find things that I have personally designed for you to help you organize and curate a purposeful collection of your most treasured items. For example, the My Handbag Collection organizer. The heart of the organizer is the item tracker page. This is the front and back, where you can record all the information that you would need to know about each of your luxury bags or small goods. Now, when you're deciding what luxury you actually want to spend your money on, especially if you're starting out and you don't know too much about it yet, it is a great idea to watch videos like this that give you suggestions for the best pieces to buy when you're starting out. However, those pieces are not right for everyone for a variety of reasons. So my first suggestion in determining what you want to buy first is to make a wish list of all the items that you would like to have. If you don't know what you want, because you don't know what the offerings are, then go to the website of your favorite brands and browse around and start making a list of things you love, along with the prices. Or go into the stores if they're available to you. It is okay to go into those stores and just browse. Don't feel intimidated like a lot of people do. If you're really looking to be cost conscious, a great thing is to check the Preloved market. I will have my favorite Preloved retailers linked in the description box below. That's where you can find amazing deals. In the Preloved market, the prices have been dropping a lot lately, so you can find really amazing deals right now. My handbag collection organizer that I just showed you does have a set of wish list pages in it, and you can buy the whole set of the organizer, or you can just buy the wish list pages or any other section. So check that out if you'd like. Now, once you have the list of everything you want, the next step The big step, the big decision is determining what to buy first or what to buy next. Money, of course, is usually the determining factor there. So I think you have two decisions. One, if money is the number one factor in what you're going to buy first or next, you're looking for something really inexpensive to get a taste of the brand, then look for the cheapest thing on your wish list and get that. I would caution you, some of these brands have outlets, and if you're not familiar with this already, a lot of the pieces that are in the outlets are made specifically for the outlets, and the quality is not the same as if you went into one of the store's boutiques and bought it there. So I would avoid the outlets altogether if you are trying to get into the brand and really get a feel of what they're about and what their quality is about. I'd go with a boutique piece, either brand new or pre-loved. If money is a little less of a factor and your desire for something is more of a factor, for example, maybe you have some small goods on your wish list, but what you really want, what you know you really want is a bag. And if you get some small goods, you'll enjoy them, but you're still really going to want that bag and you're not going to be happy until you get a bag. Then if you can, get the bag first. You may have to save up a little longer, or you may just check the pre-loved market, see if you can find it there for a better bargain. And now that you know which direction you want to take, less expensive or a dream piece, I have 4 suggestions for you. Now again, everybody's different. These may not work for everybody, but I think they'll at least give you an idea, a little bit of inspiration based on what I'm going to say about each of these 4 items to help lead you in the direction that's right for you. I'll also say the items I'm going to show you are not specific to the brands I'm showing you. Most brands have some version of these pieces. So if you don't like this brand or this particular item, maybe you find something similar in a brand that you like better or at a price point you like better. My first suggestion is the Louis Vuitton clay, which you see in a lot of videos like this. The reason you see the clay is because it is so versatile. Here's the top with the zipper. This also has inside a little key ring, and since I'm talking to a lot of people who may be new to luxury, let me show you how to use this Louis Vuitton clip because it can be confusing. This little piece here that has the hinge, you pull it up and then out. And that's how you open it. To close it, you close it, pull it up, and then snap it back into place. What is so great about the Louis Vuitton clay or similar clays that makes everybody recommend them in these kinds of videos? Well, I love them so much that I have not 1, but 5. That's how much I believe in them. In the zipped compartment, the main part of the clay, it fits your cards, like your credit card, your debit card, your gift cards, your ID. It will fit a small stack of those. It will also fit bills folded up. It will fit receipts folded up. And since it has a zipper, you can put coins in it or other small things, like if you take your jewelry off throughout the day, you could pop it in here and it's in a really secure place. So this little pouch that looks so small holds a lot, really. Now with the keychain, personally I don't use it as a keychain because the gold plating can tarnish. It's not real gold, by the way. What I do use it for is to clip it onto bags as either a bag charm on the outside of the bag, or I can clip it to like a D-ring on the inside of the bag just to make it easier to find this, especially if I have a tote bag that has a D-ring, and if this is my wallet for the day, it makes it much easier to find instead of digging through your things. My favorite use for this is doing exactly that when I'm at the airport. That way I always have my ID, which you have to pull out several times, and my debit card. Very easy to find, very handy. You could also clip it to a belt loop and then have this either hanging from your belt or put the card case part in your pocket. And even though, like all luxury pieces, these are overpriced, they are still one of the least expensive things that you can get at a place like Louis Vuitton that gives you a sense of the quality of what they produce and of their coated canvas. They also have them in leathers. The second item I would recommend that is a great value for your money, even though on this particular one the price has doubled in the last few years, is the Louis Vuitton pochette accessoire. And still you can get a similar item from other brands. What's so great about this is the versatility. It can be a pouch inside a bag, which is mostly what I use it for. It can also be a handbag on its own. This is the newer model. There's an older model that has a shorter strap, but the pouch itself is almost identical. They're the same size, but the newer model has a pocket inside, the older one doesn't. If you don't want to spend over $1,000 on this brand new, who would? Go to the pre-loved market. You can find this there, particularly the older models. They'll be quite a bit less expensive. The strap that's on it is completely removable. And there's a D-ring on either side. So you can attach a different strap, or you could just let this hang and attach like a crossbody strap and wear it that way. It looks like a small pouch or a small handbag, but it holds a lot if you get the coated canvas version. The epi version is going to be more stiff. It doesn't hold as much. This is a fantastic way to get a lot of versatility, especially at Louis Vuitton, a pouch and a handbag for a whole lot less money than any other handbags. The toiletry pouch and the mini pochette are also highly recommended as starter pieces. Personally, I wouldn't go with those. Not that there's anything at all wrong with them. They're both great pieces, but if you're just starting out and money is a factor, the pochette is much more versatile and it holds more than both of those pieces. The third item I would suggest is a wallet. Now, there are a lot of people who will tell you that when you're starting out, or if you have a bag in your sights, not to buy small goods because they can be a waste of money and they can make it take longer for you to get the bag. Now, the taking longer part is true if what you really want is the bag and along the way you're buying small goods. Well, if you didn't buy those, you'd have that money that you could put aside toward that bag and you could get it sooner. But the argument about small goods being a waste of money because they're inside your bag, so you don't see them. I used to think that too. I have learned very much that is not the case. I have found that I use my small goods a lot more than I use my bags, and particularly a wallet, because just about any time you go anywhere, you're pulling out your wallet for some reason. So I think if you are really into luxury, that a wallet is a great investment. There are so many different ones. I can't recommend the one that would be best for you. You'll have to figure out what you need. For me, I've found that my favorite is the Louis Vuitton Zippy coin. I bought that a couple years ago and I haven't moved out of it since, except every once in a while when I'm in an especially small bag and I just need a card case. A card case could be another inexpensive thing to get, but not the Louis Vuitton canvas ones. They're weird. They have problems. I wouldn't recommend going that route. But a nice leather card case, that I would recommend. Chanel and YSL have my personal favorites of those. My fourth suggestion is a bag. Most people, when they're interested in getting a luxury good from the brands I've talked about, are interested in a bag. If you feel that buying a small good first to get a sense of the brand is not going to make a difference in whether or not you still want that bag, then skip the small goods. Get the bag first. Easier said than done, of course. The bags are much more expensive than the small goods, but if it's what you really want, then that's what you should have. And once you decide, I'm going to get myself a bag, well, then you have another dilemma. Do you get the classic bag? Because wow, these bags are expensive and you want something that's going to last a long time and be timeless and not go out of style. Or do you get that dream bag that's maybe not a classic, but wow, you really love it, but it may not be so practical. Should you really spend the money on that? Here's my answer. If you have an impractical dream bag, get that first. I started out, for the most part, buying the more classic bags. I love them. I use them. I don't regret any of them. But I was very hesitant to get any of those more impractical bags, the more fun bags, the bags that you can't wear in any weather. You have to be more careful with them. Or maybe they will go out of style. Maybe they're more trendy. But you know that you will always love them. Once I finally started buying some of those, I have never regretted one of those decisions. I'll show you two. This tiny little thing, it's a little Fendi micro baguette or nano baguette. What are they called? I forget. It's covered in sequins and it's tiny, and it was about $1,100. That is an insane amount of money to spend on this. It's basically a fancy covered in sequins card holder. It does have a crossbody chain and it has a little key holder attached so you could use it as a bag charm too. So it does have versatility, and it has this little piece on the back with snaps that you could attach to a belt or to a bag strap, which is what I do. But this was a crazy purchase. It's versatile but still impractical. It was very expensive for the size that it is. I've never regretted it, and it was kind of an impulse buy. It was worth it to me. There's also, again from Fendi, this peekaboo, which is covered in beads and sequins, and it has a lot of texture, and those beads and sequins can get caught on things easily. So like I can't wear it with a sweater, and this is not an all-weather bag. So I have to be careful with it. Now, I did get a great deal on this on the Preloved market, but it's still a lot of money to me. Have I regretted it for a second? No, this is one of my favorite bags. And that's something that I found is my most special bags are my favorite bags. So if you are contemplating classic or not so classic, and you really love the not so classic, get it. It's worth it. And if you're worried about, well, I won't wear that bag, that's okay. Still get it, you'll love it. You can always get one of the more classic pieces down the road. Now here's the little bonus I promised you earlier. If you're looking to get a taste of the luxury for the least money possible, look beyond the bags and the small goods at a few other categories that these brands offer. One is jewelry. This is a Louis Vuitton necklace and a Louis Vuitton bracelet. Each of those pieces was under $500. Now these are fashion jewelry. They are not gold or silver, but I enjoy wearing them, and you can wear them sometimes more often than a handbag depending on which bag you get. If you're into fragrances, look at their fragrances. Luxury scarves, especially Twillies, this one's from Hermes, are a great way to add a little luxury to your life. You can take a luxury scarf and that adds a little touch of luxury. And the scarves are some of the least expensive things that you can get at these luxury brands. And when we're talking value for your money, Hermes is the best place to get the silk scarves. I think they're about $220 these days, which sounds like a lot for something like this. But when you look at the prices at Louis Vuitton and Dior and other places that sell these, a lot of times they're more expensive than Hermes, and Hermes has the best quality silks, and I think usually the best designs, certainly the most vibrant colors. So check out the Hermes scarves, and you can actually buy these online. You don't have to have an Hermes store near you. Also look at housewares. I have a small collection of teacups and saucers. This one's from Tiffany, and I also have some from Hermes and a couple other places. That's a great way to start your day with a little luxury. And what's usually the least expensive of all of these is looking at their paper goods, like their books. I have on my shelves Louis Vuitton books, Chanel books. The books, at least at Louis Vuitton, are usually between maybe $50 and $150, $200, somewhere around there. They're beautiful, well-made books. And my very favorite, if you're into Louis Vuitton, is the City Bags book, because that has photos and information about a wide range of Louis Vuitton bags and trunks throughout their history. That's a great way to get a piece of Louis Vuitton in your life and also to learn more about them. You can use it to start making your wish list. Also, when you order the books directly from these fashion houses, I won't guarantee that this will always happen, and I don't think it does happen with Hermes, but with Louis Vuitton at least, it will come in a cardboard box to protect it, but then inside one of the boxes that you would get in the store if you went in and made a store purchase. So if you really like the packaging and that experience is important to you, especially with one of your first luxury pieces, that's a way to get a taste of that too. If you have any ideas that I have missed, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.